Welcome back, everybody, to the Kirby's Epic Yarn playthrough. This is part 21, and we're jumping straight into Mara's race number 6. If you thought Buster had a lot of missions straight out of the gate, well, let me introduce you to Mara, which I was a little bit thrown by her name because I realized early on that each of the characters' names are, like a pun, or rhyme with whatever their little missions are. But with Mara, I was like, what does Mara rhyme with? What does that mean exactly? And then I had to come at it from a different angle and pronounce it as Mara. And then I realized, oh, marathon. I don't think the name is pronounced like Mara. I've never heard that pronunciation before. Anywho's, so Pyramid Sands was kind of a pain in the neck to deal with in the racing fashion here. But hey, we got it done. I don't even remember, I think that was maybe the second or third time I tried it. Again, I did have to re-record all these, so I'm counting, I'm tallying up all of the ones that before, but when I didn't record by mistake, and then the ones that I did record here that you're now seeing, that you are physically seeing with your eyes. Was this one a pain in the neck too? This one, I remembered, I had to stand in a certain spot to throw the bombs because they only get thrown at an arc, which is kind of annoying. No, I don't think that... Whoa, okay. Oh, that reminds me. The penalty for getting hit during one of Mara's races. If you get hit, you are stunned for 3 seconds. You literally can't do anything, move, nothing. For 3 whole seconds, you are stuck. So you need to avoid getting hit as well. I think I do get hit at least once that I recorded. But the getting hit was actually a big reason why I needed to restart. Pretty much almost every single time I had to restart, it was because I got hit. Alright, so we got the Burning Flame Fabric. That one was actually kind of nice. But, I can't imagine it as a wallpaper. Maybe it's a decal, graphics on a car or something. Yeah, flames, cool. The flames make it go faster. But on a wall, a wallpaper? Oh, this one was... Oh, man, how many times did I restart this one? It had to be 4 or 5 times. Because I would either get hit by one of these guys, spiky boulder guys, or... this thing again. I remember how I mentioned there's one big wave and one small wave. One big wave and one small wave. And that really just didn't sink in my head the first few times I was doing this. And I really just kind of wanted to rush through as fast as I could. That's a mistake. Because you'll get pinched at the top rock. Yeah, I got hit right there underneath that platform right there that the Don is standing on. And because that's the very end of the stage, well, I was not happy about that. As you could tell, that I rolled up that fireball, threw it at Mara. It was at first I was I kind of feel bad for her because, she's crying because she lost. But after a while, I realized, you know what, I actually don't like her. I really don't. Alrighty, so we got the Bats in Video Games fabric, or at least the bats in this video games. And then we move on to Dino Jungle. No relation to the Mario Kart Double Dash track. Although this is Dino Jungle. I know, I was just making a jokey joke. This stage is there's kind of a bait, where if you take the pterodactyl button to go up, supposedly, you would think that would make you go up faster. That loses you time. The flame salamanders, boy, they're just a pain. But otherwise, dodging the one going up, the ones that the salamanders going up are really annoying. But as you're going across after that, they're the ones that you go across are not that tough to deal with. Whoa, my goodness. Please do not hit me, you big jerky. And then once you get to the T-Rexes, that's it. That's the end of the stage. Hooray, you win. Success. I want to go see the dinosaurs. No. Alrighty. So we are, yeah, like I said, we're in deep with this this whole Mara thing. The majority of this video, and by that I mean like 99% of it, is going to be all Mara's races. Remember how in the previous video I said, yeah, we'll be finishing up Mara's races? Well, we are, but it's the entire video, so strap in. We're racing. Oh man, I'm so old. Alrighty. Oh yeah, see, there's that little dash thing that they do with the spear. This part's a little bit tricky here. You really want to take your time with the legs moving up and down on the little toy soldiers. Otherwise, if you get impatient like I did, you're going to lose a bunch of time, because the timing of the legs going up and down will mess you up. Oh, this was actually a sort of a tricky spot. I didn't realize first time I did this that you have to pull the rubber ducky, because if you don't, well, you can't make this jump, and if you can't make this jump, you can't finish the race. Silly me. Quick, get those beads. Well, that's unfortunate that, like, after it says finish, you know, any beads that you collect after that, they don't count. Man. Alright. So, oh, that one's kind of... Oh, no. It looks like the happy train. That looked like the train Metamorax. Oh, dear. I'm still to this day baffled at how much trouble I have steering that thing. Alrighty. So, while we're doing Mushroom Run and we're having fun, wee, bouncing on mushrooms, let's go ahead and read some information. Because I'm going to need it. I'm going to need it to fill time here. Where was I? At the final... Oh, right. Oh, I finished up the pre-release reception. Okay. So the post-release reception. Hooray! Now we're getting into the reception that came after the game released. If you can believe it, that's what that means. Kirby's Epic Yarn received generally favorable reviews from critics, according to the review aggregation website Metacritic. IGN gave the game an Editor's Choice Award, calling it an amazing-looking game that embraces traditional platforming designs in fresh, new ways. Also, that stage was notable for the fact that I tried to rush, and I think I had to do that 2 or 3 times, because the trying to rush messed me up, and I didn't get the timing right, or I would jump to the wrong place, and then, yeah, the end was like right there, and then she would just like dart past me, and I was like, oh, whoops. Oh, also, this stage is notable because she tries to trick you. She goes like really strange direction, or was it this stage? Oh wait, no, never mind. It was Melody Park. Spoiler. But yeah, the puddings, the flan or whatever. They're just a pain in this race. But also, yeah, that's it. Really made me miss, you know, having to do this stage while not being timed, so that I can take my time with these little puddings, little Blub-Blub puddings. Alrighty, where was I? Game trailers praised the game's presentation and imaginative gameplay, though criticizing the inability to die. GameSpot said that the game's story levels are way too easy, but that the graphics and overall fun made up for its shortcomings. Kotaku gave the game an Editor's Choice Award, calling it a game designed for constant smiling, a side-scroller that will soothe the stressed. I agree. There were some portions that gave me a little stressed out moments, but it wasn't anything that couldn't be overcome with a little bit of doing. Here's Melody Town. Okay, so the spoiler wasn't too bad. Yeah, so like I was saying, she takes really strange pathways that if you're like trying to like mimic her movements, you would think that they're like, you know, faster, because she really goes way off the beaten path. but really her little shortcuts really just end up losing time. So you really just want to, like, this right here specifically, especially because the beads, yeah, see, I almost fell for this. See how she goes through there? And I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. I'm just going this way. Never mind that nonsense. Alrighty, uh-oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh no! And it was something good too. Oh, it was something about what I just read. Story levels are too easy. Oh, I loved how, you know, recently I've been going through some of my old videos. That guy's just standing there. And I realized that at a certain point, what were the games I did? It was Shiobon Action, Cat Mario, Battletoads, Little Nemo, and Super Ghouls and Ghosts. And it was like, I did them all, I can't remember if it was like back to back, or it was just like, I did them all really close to each other. Those are all notoriously difficult games. And I thought that by doing that, like, I would, you know, establish myself as a real serious professional gamer, by, you know, conquering the really tough games. And then, and then, you know, you move on years and years later, and here I am doing quite possibly one of the easiest platformers in existence, Kirby's Epic Yarn. And honestly, just enjoying the heck out of it. Also, this Splash Beach, once again, is the GOAT stage. This is such a fantastic level, even in Mara's race. This was a lot of fun, too. I love how there was that one portion where I had to wait for the waves to go up, or the tide to go up. I was like, hurry up, go, go. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I felt like if I did the really hard games, like, people would see me as, you know, like, more serious, you know, consummate professional type gamer. You know, more, and put more respect on that name. But, I think as I, you know, went forward and got older, I realized that, you know, in the times between taking horrendous amounts of time off, I realized, you know, I think I should just focus on just playing games that I really enjoy playing, and will have fun playing them. I think that is the best idea. And not to say that, you know, playing any of those games wasn't fun. It's just that, you know, dealing with ridiculously difficult video games and or like unfair games, it's just not for me. You know, I mean, you know, stuff like Battletoads and Super Ghouls and Ghosts, I had that when I was a kid, so, you know, I was familiar with those games. But, you know, like, there was, like, Little Nemo and, like, Cat Mario. Like, I know I had played Little Nemo when I was younger, but I never actually had it. And then Cat Mario was, like, one of those games that was kind of making the rounds. It's like, oh, man, you should try out this really difficult game. But honestly, and I'm so glad that I stayed away from, like, the super difficult stuff. Because when it comes to stuff like I Want to Be the Guy and what have you, you know, similar games of that vein, when you're dying a million times over and over, it's just not fun. I don't enjoy doing that. I don't like the idea of, you know, you die and then you go right back to the very beginning of the game and you have to try again and then just not die again. I don't know. I just find that really tedious and mind-numbing. Whoa, my goodness, that was so close. I cannot believe I didn't get hit by that guy. I literally jumped and then bumped, like, the part of his body that didn't have the spike. That was crazy. This was another stage that took me about, like, 2 or 3 tries. I can't remember how many. Maybe it was, like, 4 or 5. Let's just eyeball it. Because, again, the going in and out of the doors in the, you know, the foreground and background really messed me up. And I lost a bunch of time because I forgot where I was supposed to go. For several of these jumps. So this is my successful endeavor, if you can imagine. Yeah, I'm just gonna dash right past here and up here, and then whoop-de-doo, we're done. That's it. Easy peasy. Do-do-do-do, yay! And then let's just finish out this paragraph here. There's one more sentence for the post-release info. Nintendo World Report said that the joyous platformer might not be difficult, but it's fun, inventive, and outrageously imaginative. And I appreciate that too, you know, and again, you know, I did give those sort of glowing comments where I said over and over again where, you know, I love the background, I love this sort of patchy look, you know, you've got like the seams and the knitting on like, you know, the edges of the walls and whatnot. You know, the backgrounds, you know, sometimes they look like cardboard or like, you know, some sort of like crumpled fabric and stuff like that. And it's just, it's very imaginative, it's very colorful, very, artistic. I was like, wait, what's the word? Artistic. Very, very artsy, artistic, and what have you. And it's a fantastic game. This is a lot of fun to play this game. So I would definitely suggest it. To anybody who hasn't played it and maybe might be interested in playing it, you should definitely give it a try. And if you ever get stuck, you can watch Playing with MahWii's playthrough of it, where he kept going back and forth to somebody else's walkthrough of it. So, you know, it's just you can rely on my information that I glean from somebody else's information. It's, you know, you can't be steered wrong in that instance. This one was not difficult. I think I had to restart this one once. I think because of this big snowball here. But that's really, that one big snowball is really just the one, like, problem there. You can just bust out really quickly, and then you just jump over this one. And I was going to say I thought that was the end, but apparently not. Yeah, this isn't even an issue. It shouldn't even bother you. There it is. There's the end. Yeah, it's a super quick one. Yeah, it's like the only way you can really lose that is if you try to rush. Oh no! If you try to rush in the beginning, and you get swallowed up by that huge snowball. Alrighty. Oh, goodness me. At this point, I was just like exhausted. I was just like, man, how many more of these do I have to do? I want to get back to the main game. But shouldn't be much longer now. Yeah, we got like a few more. Like I said, I think it was 23. This one's 19. There's 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, it is 23. So we're here in Cozy Cabin, and the rolling pin is going to be rolling on down, but it really shouldn't be an issue at all because we're, you know, in the middle of a race here. Did I have to restart this one? I don't even remember. I don't think so. Let me see how this level plays out, because there was one thing that I remember happening, and I can't remember if it was this stage. Let me see. You know, it was, yeah, and then there was the updrafts here, and you just weight Kirby down, and then, yeah, I think I didn't restart this one, because, like, once you get to this point, and you just, like, yeah, you just weight Kirby down, and just, there you go, there's the goal right there. You just zoom on past her by doing that. Alrighty. Now, what would that be, like a canyon or a gorge or something, I guess? Oh, that looks like a baseball. Oh, it's a knit. Okay, just regular knit. Knit. Knit Store. Wow, there's a game that I haven't played in a long time. Wow. Frosty Wheel, here we come. And yeah, and Knit Stories was like, I noticed that I did like 2 gameplays for it. And then I did it on stream too. Like, I had a lot of fun playing that game. But I don't think that people really knew about it or like cared about it, because it didn't really get much fanfare from my viewers, whether it be the the gameplay or the stream version of it. Oh, okay, there we go. That was easy. I think that was my first try too. God, this is such a fun stage. I love the bobsled alternate power up for dashing back and forth, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open Kirby. I guess I don't know. That sounds really weird. Anyway, what do we got here? Snowland. Oh, okay. It's just like the whole world. Okay, that's neat. It's a fabric based off of the entire world. Future City, here we come. Was this the one with... Oh, this was the one with the roller coaster, right? Was the roller coaster involved in the race here? I can't remember. Did I restart this one? Why did I do that? Oh, there we go. Yes! Okay, there it is. So if you guys remember, when I did Zeke's hide and seek on the stage, I did the exact same thing. Where if I pull the button, and as I maneuver forward, I mean, it should turn off that electric line, or whatever that is. Oh, I was right there. But instead, I could still get hit, which is really silly. But also, that was a prime example. Wow, exactly 30 seconds. Of what, you know, how you get hit. You get stunned for 3 seconds. But even with the stun, I still managed to pull it out. Oh, what's that one? That one's kind of nice. Denim. Ah. Denim, denim, denim. Denim, denim, denim. Denim, denim, denim. That's a fun meme. Tube Town, here we come. I'm trying to think of like all the Mars races. I don't think these get particularly difficult. I think compared to some of the others, they are a little bit more difficult, but the most difficult neighbor side quest or side mission does not belong to Mara. But we will get to that when we get to that. Oh, I remember doing this! So you're supposed to grab the button and turn that off, but I forgot, and then I just went for it anyway, got stunned, and even with that, I still managed to beat her. There you go. Making it happen. Making dreams come true. Speaking of dreams come true, this is finally the final one that we have left to do. Ah, that's kind of colorful. What's that one? Spaceland. Okay, cool, cool. All right, so that was kind of weird. Like, we went from Snowland to denim fabric, and then Spaceland. Kind of wacky. Hey, my favorite song. Do 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 do. Was this one a pain? I don't remember. I think I got hit by this rotating blue comet. Oh, never mind. Okay, I guess it would be this time. And it didn't even matter because it was rolling me forward, so I didn't really lose too much time. I don't have time to go down there and grab the meteor transformation into the shooting stars, but oh my goodness, I really panicked there. I was like, oh no! Again, I really took these, you know, the race concept to heart. I just really tried to rush through these as fast as I possibly could. And yeah, it kind of messed me up a few times, but hey, overall, we made it happen. We're finally done. Making dreams come true. And speaking of dreams, and now that we're done with Mara's races, finally, she does not have another one for us. Time to get out of here. Oh, well, first we gotta get this. That's kind of, hey, there you go, there's space. That's just for me. Like when I was talking about how I always went for the space books. Oh, okay. Wispy Forest is gonna be the next one. Speaking of dreams, we're heading back to Dreamland, but that's it for this part of the Kirby's Epic Yarn playthrough. Join me in part 22, where I'll finally be starting off Dreamland. Thank you so much to my lovely supporters for supporting me. As always, I will see you all next time.